morning, Coll Electrical. Karen speaking, may I help you?
The company started in 1986. We've done well. We've done extremely well. Sort of worked our way through the tough times in the late 80s and 90s, gone through the 90s reasonably successfully. We took on apprentices right through that period of time. We got to about 2001, we got to about 23, 24 staff. We're doing well, but it was hard work, and I always seemed to be running everything. You know, you seem to be putting out fires here, putting out fires there.
There was a lot of pressure on Pat.
Too much for Pat to handle, I think.
Pat was trying to do too much himself and not delegate anything.
It was hard to keep track of where you guys were and how jobs were going.
We sort of, you know, were too afraid to ask him questions because he would sort of blow up.
A lot of them would run and hide when Pat would come around.
Our people always said it was hard to take material. It was very intense.
We weren't going anywhere, we were lost. I got approached by the ETITO about doing a pilot scheme with this Investors and People, which basically a consultancy company comes in, gives us some direction, do this, do that, you know. It sounded a little bit, you know, hairy-fairy to me. And after they did the analysis, one of the biggest problems in the company was me. It was actually me letting go to the staff, handing the work over to the staff, and it's what it needed. And I was the biggest problem.
Pat's business is around his networks and about the people that he knows, and he's built that over a number of years. He needed to pass that on and to delegate to develop his staff, invest in his staff. Pat actually said to me on the first meeting, which was for about 2.5 hours, and he said that, can you please take the coal out of electrical?
Did get to the stage where it was such a big organisation and he was still trying to run the whole thing himself.
Pat's idea for his business was in his head. It wasn't specified, it wasn't clear to him even. So the first thing we had to do was to get that out of his head. How much time does he want to do refereeing and board of trustees, and how much time does he want to do earning money? Then we got into the nitty-gritty in terms of what are the things that cost you money? And then we came up with a business plan.
And we had to put them all over the workshop, and to me it was kind of corny sort of thing to be doing in our company, electrical contracting company. But the guys responded to it, you know what we wanted to do, what we were out to do. This was our plan, where we wanted to go.
None of us had ever seen a business plan before. We had seen the occasional printing material from ECANs, but it was just you read it and just carried on doing what you were doing. Whereas Ray's business plan actually was causing change.
The next thing was we started off with job descriptions. So we sent all the guys off to ask them what they thought their job was going to be, what was expected of them. Some guys come back with 4 or 5 items, which was great. Other guys come back with pages and pages of what they thought their job was. And a lot of those guys were the guys that did move on. There
was quite a lot of consultation, and I think people realised what strengths they did have rather than what weaknesses they had. It's very positive.
So once we defined what good looks like through the job descriptions, etc., and people bought into that, what you have then is focused people. We then need to look at what is it they can do in terms of what does good look like, and what is it they can't yet do. Yeah. That then becomes focused training and development.
So we've sent guys off to management courses, to data courses, learning CCTVs. We've never been reluctant to pay the money, send the guys off, upskill the guys. They get a lot out of that, and we get a lot out of it in return.
Staff training is very important. You need the people coming through to carry on the work for generations to come.
If you have a problem or need some more training, they will put you through the right course and help you with it.
One of the things we've really implemented is apprentices. We take on 4 or 5 a year, and presently I think we've got about 20 apprentices on, you know, from 1st to 4th year apprentices. Basically we have to, because you can't get enough skilled people to do the work.
I just felt like doing something else. I was tired of shepherding, and I've always enjoyed electrical work on the farm and that sort of thing. But I wanted to be qualified at something. That was my main ambition.
And for the first time then, we actually got through Pat to communicate to his staff what good looks like. They need to develop their staff to know what good looks like and deliver good, just as if Pat was going out on every job.
One of our servicemen, who was had been doing it for years and years, we made him service manager.
From what I was doing before, that's a great change and I love it. It gets very stressful at times, trying to juggle jobs when you have breakdowns happen. But yeah, no, it's been a good move.
I remember Pat saying in the early days, I've got a young apprentice that I feel could come into management. That was 4 years ago, and my understanding is now obviously he's actually where he should be, in management.
There is room for promotion, the growth is there. The happier I am, the happier Pat is.
The more they know, the quicker they can do it, the better they can do it, and the more motivated they are, the more money you're going to make, and the more you're going to retain them.
I always try and make sure that people that have made it an effort, well, they're duly rewarded, and for that I get staff loyalty, I get extra production.
It's a culture. You're trying to create a culture within your company where people are happy, they're happy to be there, they want to do good work for the company. And that's the biggest thing, is driving the guys towards that, is telling them quality's number one. The money and everything just comes anyway, but doing quality, people want you back, you get referral work, you have the reputation, and one thing leads to the other.
I used to work for one of their competitors who did mostly commercial, same as Coll, and I just thought I'd come to Coll's for a change. I heard they had a good reputation and did quality work, and I didn't want to go to a cheap, nasty company, so I thought I'd go for Coll's, yeah.
With Coll's, I've grown as a tradesman and learnt a lot more skills. It's been really good, actually.
Since then means that we've got better staff retention, which has worked out great, and we've got people wanting to come and work for the company.
I haven't found anyone that's had a better name, and I haven't done better work for anyone else and been paid as much as anyone else. And really just the environment is great, you know? Why would you want to leave when if it's not broken, don't really fix it? I'm happy.
One of the reasons our staff stay with us is wages and advancement. So I've seen other people come through and end up here instead of down here, and they know there's that opportunity there.
I went to Australia to work and live there, but didn't like over there, and come back here to work at the same place at Coll Electrical, and much better here than working in Australia.
It is a very good place to work, and there's a very good staff culture about the place. Everyone gets on very well together.
Yeah, should have done my apprenticeship with them.
Really, it was about, what do you want from your business, Pat? What do you want from your life? What are you doing now? What do you need to do? What shouldn't you be doing? If you're not doing it, who can do it? Who's willing to do it? Now let's develop them. Now let's get a career path going, and then let's get people moving up to their potential.
You've got to move on, you've got to let go. And that's the key to it, it's bringing in and setting that structure in place where it can run without you. And I didn't believe Coll Electrical could ever run without me, having my finger on the button every minute of the day, and it runs better without me.